Live from Los Angeles, it's Monday night and time for the Kruse Control Show. And here's our host, Brian Kruse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is again Monday. What's up, Queen? June 23rd, 2025. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse, and SAG-AFTRA presidential nominee. Welcome back, guys. Excited to have you here, as always. We got a lot going on. Excited to have you guys here, as always. I'm excited because it's a Monday. We've had a great weekend. Hope you got a lot of stuff done. Had a fantastic weekend. You kicked ass. You conquered. You had a great time. We're back here on a Monday, and there's a lot going on, as always. A lot of gossip stuff today, but you know what? That happens on a Monday, guys. But joining us back on Kruse Control, of course, he's here. You heard his voice. The thirsty daddy himself, Mr. GR. What's up, GR?
Not much, Brian. Just relaxing in the air conditioning.
Oh, and the AC. It's getting hot, GR.
Yeah, it is.
It's like across the nation, everyone's talking about how hot it is right now. Everyone's like, it's freaking hot. It's too hot. Hot day.
By our standards, it wasn't hot, but, you know.
Yeah. I would tell Pepe to call the police and call the fireman, right, Pepe?
Whoa, yes, sir.
What's up, Countess? Good to see you. How you doing, Jared? You had a good weekend? Was it good?
Yeah. Can't complain. Well, I could, but nobody give a shit, so I don't do it.
Don't sound too convincing.
No, he doesn't, Pep Star. Come on, GR.
Hey, it's a weekend. Man can't tell tales. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll find out more about that later tonight, GR. Welcome back. Good to see you, GR. It's going to be a good night, right? You excited?
You know I am. Especially with this beautiful crew we got with us tonight.
It's going to be.
Thank you very much.
You smooth talker, you.
Happy to have you here, GR. It's going to be a fun night. Monday. It's Monday. And, of course, you heard him, everybody. Welcome back to Pep Star. Peppy, how you doing, man?
I am doing fabulous. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Angela, Miss Valerie, you thirsty daddy.
You have a good weekend, Pep Star?
Outstanding weekend, my friend.
How did that date go this weekend? We had a big date. You were telling me you're very excited about it. How'd it go?
It was okay.
Oh, man.
The first date, you don't expect much. You get this a feeling out process.
No love at first smell?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, man.
Unless he has on Dolce and Gabbana.
That's going to get to your heart, huh, Pep Star?
Oh, that. Let me tell you something about that Dolce and Gabbana. It takes me for a twirl.
like that, huh?
It's really good. The ladies know what to wear. They know what to wear.
Well, Pep Star, we're going to have fun tonight. I'm excited to have you back. Queen knows.
Hello, Queen.
Also joining us back on Kruse Control. Happy to have her back. Missed her so much. Everybody, welcome back, Miss Angela Costello. What's up, Angela?
Oh, hey. Good to be back. Good to see you guys.
How you been, Angela?
Monday.
Fabulous Monday.
I'm also in my air conditioning, so really nice.
Is it hot by you as well?
Yeah. It's like a excessive heat warning. It's crazy. It's like 90 something.
Man, everyone's been saying that. It's across the whole nation right now. It's like, it's not summer yet. I guess we are summer now. We're officially summer, aren't we?
I don't know what it is. It's like a swamp mixed with I don't even know what this. It's just like humid and hot and it's just not the temperature I prefer. So I'd like to be back at fall, kind of maybe late summer where it's I like a nice 75. I'm good at 75. That's like my.
I like a nice little sweater. Little sweater.
Yeah. Maybe maybe a sweater. Maybe some layering. It's kind of my thing. Slap a scarf on, Yeah.
Like Peppy scarf?
I personally just, maybe with my somewhat old age, it just feels better. You put it on, you take it off, you add it, you subtract it, you do whatever.
Yeah, it's easy. You're on the go. Pep Star is happy to have you back. I tell you that.
Hey, Peppy, how you doing?
Hello. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm here.
Don't give him that look. It'll drive the Pep Star crazy.
Right. Don't go too wild there, Pep Star. But yeah, it's good to be back. I'm excited to hear that you're running for the president.
Yeah, gotta do it.
I think it's necessary. So Anyone
Someone's
out
gotta
there
step up.
in SAG, you know where to go. Right here.
Sign that petition. It'll be a link to this video and also on my Instagram, Facebook. You can find it all. Sign that petition, guys. Get on that ballot. Let's change this town. Let's fix some things.
Do it.
That's what I say.
Brian knows what's up. I'm just going to tell you right now. Like that guy's, he's dialed in.
And there's something that we're going to talk about tonight. There's something we're going to talk about tonight that really frustrates me too, Angela, in the breaking news that I can't wait to talk about. But we'll break that down when we get to that. But something happened over the weekend that really irritated me and was like, this is why we need somebody to stand up and stop this thing from happening. But it happened. We'll talk about that soon. Very lovely to have you back, Angela. Happy Monday.
Back. Thanks for
Happy
having
Monday.
me.
Here we go. We're going to start the week off right. Happy to have you here. And it's hot, but it's okay. Breaking news. We'll get there. We'll get there. We got one more person. We got Valerie back to everybody. Happy to have her back, of course. Excited as always. Welcome back, Miss Valerie Zatarga. What's up, Valerie?
Come on over,
Happy to have you here, Val. How you been?
Oh my gosh, wonderful. It's so wonderfully hot here. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea because it is super hot, but I have been soaking up every last second of it. It was like 95 here today, so I'm like, please just stay that way. Just stay that way. Always.
You're like, give me the heat. We're like, please, heat, go away.
Are you human, Valerie?
We're like, no. Pep Star is putting his little paws in the pool. He was so hot.
Oh, Peppy, your toe beans got hot.
A little something, but I'm all right.
He got some new snickety snacks. He's all excited about that, Val.
Oh, love. That's you gotta it's a poolside snack. You must have it.
And tariff free.
Valerie, what's new? How's the move? Is it good?
It's so wonderful. Oh my gosh, I've been spending all my free time by the pool, and over the weekend, my friend Mia and I went to her family's place on a lake, and we went jet skiing and just got to enjoy all the hot weather. It's been so nice. I love it here.
We need that ray of sunshine, Val. I love your positivity about it all. Makes everybody smile.
I hope so. That's what I'm trying to do.
Welcome back, Val.
I did the same thing, Val. I mean, close to it. This last weekend, I had a girls' weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Angela had a girls' weekend. How did that go, Angela? Any stories, or we gotta be quiet about this?
Well, I netted a largemouth bass, which was really cool with a net.
What?
I wrangled that thing, literally no pole. I just did like a stealth maneuver of just putting it down and like hunting and waiting and like pretty much like laying off the side of a deck. And then I had the net in. My girlfriend was with me and she was doing it too. She was like, this is like oddly, weirdly therapeutic to see if we can like kind of catch the fish. Obviously we catch and release, but you know, it was still like the thrill of the hunt, you know, just to kind of see what we could do. But yeah, I like to fish. So,
But they make such good eating.
But I don't do it all the time. I just like kind of recently got, you know, into it like this year after decades of a hiatus, but it was super fun. Yeah. So anyone out there who fishes can appreciate this stuff. So like it was like a 20, I think it was like a 24, I mean, like probably 24 inches largemouth bass. It was pretty good size. So I was stoked. We did some wave running. We did some boat. Yeah. Just pontooning, you know, all the good
pontooning.
Stuff, Valerie. It was hotter than you know what? And I mean, we went out dancing. That was interesting. You know how it goes with all that mix.
It's the time to get away and have a good time. GR doesn't know, he says. GR doesn't know.
All right, well, GR, you don't know, but yeah. Well, I think you might. But you know, it was fun. It was a good time. It was nice to hang out with the gals.
GR wants to get his weekend trip on with the ladies very soon too. So next time, GR. Next time.
Oh, and pickleball. We played pickleball. It was awesome.
Everybody loves pickleball these days.
Yeah.
That's like the thing.
Yeah.
I've realized.
I mean, I'm kind of getting into it. I just started and I'm like, ooh, this is kind of fun actually. So I think it's better than tennis. So it's like completely different, but it's fun. I like it.
Pickleball. That's awesome. Well, sounds like fun.
I'll have to get you out there, Brian.
We'll have to have it happen. I'll join the next ladies weekend. I'll bring everything you guys need. I'll be ready to go. Let's go. I'll have my floaties. I'll have my little little floaties, little I'll get
Yeah,
I
you're
got
a
like
little-
a swim on my waist. Look at that flamingo. I can float around. I love a good time. But happy to have you all here. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. GR, calm down. Calm down. But very fast, guys.
It's that picture of the floaties, Brian. It's just like, no.
2 beer cans, some floaties, a flamingo, the ones on my arms and knees and shins, give me them all. But quickly, off the top, guys. This trailer dropped, Deliver Me From Nowhere, the Bruce Springsteen story. The trailer dropped. Of course, we have Scott Cooper directing this based on the 2023 book, Deliver Me From Nowhere, about Bruce Springsteen. And of course, I know the ladies are excited about this, at least Valerie, I know 100% is too, is that, of course, Jeremy Allen White starring away in this, guys. We're going to check this out. It's coming out October 24th, 2025. Not that far away, guys. I want to watch trailers because you know what? You guys got to see the trailer. Here's the trailer for, of course, the new Jeremy Allen White Bruce Springsteen movie, guys.
It's a 305 V8.
Never owned a new car before.
It's awfully fitting for a handsome devil rock star. I do know who you are.
Well, that makes one of us.
Hey, boss.
Hey,
Can
boss.
we do a mic check?
How's that sound?
Looks about right.
Don't need to be perfect. I want it to feel like I'm in the room by myself.
Yeah.
Let's try one.
From Scott Cooper.
Here's what I want you to understand. This is not about either one of us. This is not about the charts. This is about Bruce Springsteen. And these are the songs that he wants to work on right now.
I saw her standing on her front lawn. Just a twirl.
Jeremy Strong is great too.
Her baton.
I'm gonna tell you a little story. When Bruce was little, he had a hole in the floor of his bedroom.
Me and her for rides.
The floor that's supposed to be solid,
And
that you're supposed to be able to stand on.
people land
Bruce, he didn't have that.
from the dead. Like in the breath.
Bruce is a repairman.
With a sawed-off
And what he's doing with this album
Yep, Kira.
is he's repairing that hole in his floor.
to the bed.
He's repairing that hole in himself. And once he's done that, he's gonna repair the entire world.
Trying to find something real in all the noise.
You always do.
Well, we'll say this. He's giving Chalamet a run for his money. That's all I'm saying.
I honestly, when I first saw when I saw Springsteen and I saw Jeremy Allen, I was like, God, that almost could have been Timothy Chalamet.
No.
You can't
He's
do
done
it. I mean,
enough.
I'm just saying, like, kind of looks wise with the eyes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they chose Jeremy Allen.
Yeah. I think he looks great in this too. I mean, the music's going to be great. We know that. The boss and like it feels like I love the cinematography. I think that looks fantastic. The acting I know is going to be great. I kind of want to see this more than I wanted to see the Chalamet version of Bob Dylan. I love Bob Dylan too, but there's something about this. But then again, I know people are going to say in the chat right away like another biopic, another musical. Why are we doing these all the times? But this looks fun. This looks
They
fun.
make money.
Yeah.
They make
It's
money.
true.
They're a known entity. They're a known brand, a name, and people. They have a following, so that's why they're going to make them.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to stop.
So-
You excited about this, Angela? You going to go watch this?
I think I will. Yeah, I like Jeremy Allen. The trailer looks really good. I mean, is that him? Was he singing in that?
Yeah, he's singing it too.
That was pretty good.
That
I
just
mean,
changed Valerie there. She just had a moment. She's like, oh, yeah. He's also working on that.
I
So he was
like. I
working
mean,
the
I
whole
like
thing.
him in Bear. So I mean, I think he's a good actor, a great actor actually. So I'm in. Who wants to go with me? Who's coming? Who's
Let's
coming
go.
with me? Who's coming? You or
maybe
you?
Valerie?
Or you? Or you? Who?
Girls' weekend. We're gonna play pickleball after.
Are you excited about this too, Val?
Pickleball during.
I am very excited. I watched the I mean, of course, like I think everybody knows, like, you know, Bruce Springsteen's hits and whatnot, but I watched the Greatest Night in Music, and I was like, Bruce has got something going on as a young man. Okay. And I love Jeremy Allen White, so I'm excited to see this. I think he was a very good choice.
Yeah,
I think it's great, and honestly, I know people will still say like, "Oh," but I think it's going to be a fun story to tell. And the boss has quite the story to tell, just like Bob Dylan did too. Not that I want to trash on Chalamet all the time, but it's a great story to tell. So I think it's worth seeing. GR, how you feeling though? Are you a Boss fan? You think this would be great?
Yeah, it was. The trailer was classic because there was a scene there. I don't know if you guys caught it, but the producer or whoever the guy is that's with him,
yeah, Jeremy Strong
was listening to his music on a cassette deck.
I love that, right?
And I remember growing up, we used to record the songs from the radio onto a cassette deck.
Mm-hmm.
I know that was before your time, Brian.
I had cassettes. I had tapes before. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What
I
are
had
you talking
cassettes
about?
too.
Yeah. I mean, I know
we recorded at like when I was when I was little, we recorded tape. You know, I think we recorded. I think it was like tape to tape, and you could play the radio and then tape it. Yeah,
I used to do that all the time. Make my own mixes by recording when the radio would play it. I'd be waiting, the DJ would be lining up, and I hit record fast.
So cool. Wasn't that so fun?
Yeah. Nowadays we just go on Spotify, but back then you're like, it's gonna play. I swear it's gonna play. They usually played every hour. And then
it has so much more. I mean, I think it has a lot more meaning too. Not to go off topic, but you know, when you used to get the cassette tape, that was like your mixtape.
Yeah,
that was still cool. I think that should come back. There'll probably be an app that'll be like mixtape. Like
mixtape. Mine was called the Kruse Mixes.
Yes, I am, Kira. I'm youth deprived. I know this stuff.
What'd you say, Val?
I said vinyl's very in. Like, I have a huge vinyl collection. There's no reason that, like, yeah, it's cool. Like, everything makes its way back at some point.
It does. It really does.
Well,
I think
vinyl is so much better than CDs. The quality of the music is totally
a lot better.
Different.
Yeah.
Pepstar, are you excited about this?
I love the boss. That's my man right there. I love that guy.
Yeah. So
the gentleman that is going to play him is going to be outstanding.
I think so too, Pepstar. Are you going to go see this in theaters, man?
Of course. Put my feet up, get me a little some dusty popcorn, and watch the boss.
Yeah, man. Excited.
That
I think we're all
soundtrack's
excited.
going to be insane too.
Dude, the soundtrack's gonna be great. The fact that Jeremy Allen White's actually singing too is pretty cool. And I know that Springsteen was very much involved with this too. So it's always a good thing. Gotta keep those people involved with these. Always, like we have the Britney Spears one too that she's involved with. Make sure they're involved. GR, what was that? You saying one thing?
Michael, wait, is his popcorn bucket going to be in the shape of a guitar?
I would love that. That'd be cool. Come on, guitar bucket. Let's go. Let's go. We'll find out. But guys, the boss is coming. Get ready for it. But something else coming. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It's always going to happen. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, there's always one thing going down, guys. You know what that is. That's some breaking news. All right, everybody. So the very first thing I want to talk about is the box office, of course. The box office has been doing pretty good this weekend, but still not phenomenal, guys. Look at this box office. We had 28 Years Later came out, and it made $30 to $31 million, but the budget on that was like $60 million. I think that'll make its money back. But then again, at that point, that's not that big of a budget compared to most of these big blockbuster movies. They shot that on iPhone 15 Pro Max, and that's probably why. But then you look at Elio that's coming out from like Disney over there from Pixar, and guys, that was like $150 million budget over there from Disney Pixar, and it only made $22 million opening weekend. So I'm going to say woof. And I'm also going to say, like, if you break it down what that actually means, this is like the lowest pretty much And the second lowest ever was Toy Story 1 at 29.1 million, but that was back in 95. So that's a big difference in box office prices and all that. So I think Disney is probably freaking out about that. That's a big, big buzz. Hopefully the second weekend does great for that. So we'll have to wait and find out. But we do know that there's not a lot of work happening here in LA because of what? Well, one thing was FilmLA. Now, FilmLA is, of course, who sets all the precedents for permits, for who you have to have on set, how much it costs to rent lots and have your trailers there, also how much you're going to have to spend to actually have your porta potties in the road and all that. They make all of the restrictions, right? And our mayor, Karen Bass, said she signed an executive order saying that FilmLA had to cut all the red tape. Talk about having less people working, less certified people on set, and be more in line with other states that have less red tape to actually film in their cities. And then what happened? They signed a 5-year deal and did not change anything. Did not change anything, guys. And when I hear this, I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking? And I'm sorry to swear right off the bat, but like you were talking about how work's not coming to LA and you got to fix that and we're going to stop the red tape and then you just sign a 5-year deal and say, well, we have like a year, like, you know, a verbal agreement. We're going to work this out a year later. I'm like, no one's going to work anything out a year later. It's not going to happen. Like you don't make the deal now, it's not going to happen. So I don't believe that at all. I think it's the worst idea ever that we signed this contract. It's only going to affect production here. Less productions that come here. People aren't going to want to pay all the money for it. And it's a big problem. And there was a whole company coming forward that was called Stay in LA that was trying to push them just like delay it 6 months. Delay it 6 months. Figure this out, keep that same contract for then, and then figure the details out and sign the deal and be done with it. But they said, no, we can't do that because if we do that, there's the contract's going to lapse and we're going to have anybody doing permits anymore, which is dumb. It's dumb. Work a deal, figure it out. If they both parties say they want to save film in LA, do it together. Don't just sign a rush deal for 5 years that could actually mean the end of cinema here in LA. That bums me out so much. I'm going to be fired up. I'm going to try to fix this when I get in office, but it sounds horrible, guys. Horrible. But you know, at least some things are doing well. Of course, How to Train Your Dragon. It's doing great at the box office. People have been loving, of course, the live action version of this, except for one thing. Yeah, LA politics are confused. There's a lot that gets into this, Kara. And I hate to go off on it sometimes, but it just frustrates me. Astrid, guys, you guys know the live action version of Astrid. Everybody was like excited about this concept, or I guess How to Train Your Dragon coming back. But Astrid apparently doesn't have blonde hair in the trailer or in the series, in the movie. And all the fans are freaking out about how she's not a blonde-haired, blue-eyed character, giving the fans, giving like Disney a hard time, also giving the actor a hard time, going after her and being like, why are you doing this? You're not cast right. You don't look right. This is where fan backlash comes into big play. But she came forward and said that people just want to hate inclusivity, and that's it. And when it comes to that side of things, I just don't care. That's what she said. This 21-year-old performer who is also Tandy Newton's daughter. But there's also that, guys. So, you know, but she is, I love Tandy Newton, but it's like all this whole thing about, you know, nepotism, but also like fans just want to hate sometimes on things. I haven't seen it yet. I hear her performance is pretty good. So at the end of the day, that's what all that matters to me. But you know what? Fans are going to hate when you don't like that character. We've been talking about this for a long time. People are mad about it. But at the end of the day, what's it really matter? Not much to me. What matters more to me is this Fat Joe lawsuit. Because guys, I'm sick of talking about all these allegations of harassment and assault and all that. You guys know I'm sick of it, but it keeps coming up. We got a new one. So Fat Joe's sidekick, his hype man himself, Terrence T.A. Dixon came forward and said that, now you guys ready for this? Because this is a lot. He was saying that Fat Joe coerced him into exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. And he was saying that Fat Joe actually alleges that he likes him on the young side. And he had a bunch of relationships. He said that this rapper engaged in sex acts with minors and also made him get in 4,000 sex acts just to stay as his hype man, which I'm like, what? He forced you to have sex with 4,000 people or be involved with 4,000 people? Keep your job. But he said also that Fat Joe suppressed him because he did a lot of the writing for Fat Joe and all of his stuff, but he was actually pushing him down and saying, no, he did nothing. And then he also said that if you tell anybody, or I will leave in this country in the middle of nowhere and not give you a ride home. So he was like threatening him, and then he was forced him to have sex acts for 4,000 things, which that seems crazy to me. But the biggest allegations, right? But the biggest allegations that were big for this, if you ask me, as he said that Fat Joe had 3 relationships that he knows of. The first one was a 16-year-old Dominican girl in New York in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment for her cell phone bill. for oral performances on him and other sexual acts. That was the first one. And the second one was another minor, Jane Doe 2, a Caucasian female who was also 15 years old. And he said sexual relations, again, forcing it on her multiple occasions. Until he was pretty much moving on to somebody else. And there was the third one that he knows about, a Latina female, where he met when she was 15 years old and then turned 16. And he actually almost left his wife to be with this 16-year-old girl. These are pretty big allegations. Massive allegations.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He was in his 30s when this was happening, Angela. So he was in his 30s, and the 15, 16-year-old girls. And in this lawsuit, he's going after him pretty hardcore. And Fat Joe's firing back and saying this is a blatant act of retaliation for being fired, and it's all lies. Now, we'll have to find out how this plays out. But when anybody says that somebody was using their power to abuse children, I always say, let's research this. Let's get into this. These are big allegations. And I want the truth, because no one needs to be touching children. And these are big allegations, guys. And if they're true, well, then he needs to be in jail with Diddy, if you ask me. But allegations, we'll find out where these go. And allegations can ruin someone's career, like Ezra Miller. But I feel like Ezra Miller also ruined their career a little bit too. But there was a big grooming thing for Ezra Miller, that he was grooming a 12-year-old. They were grooming a 12-year-old, and then all these assault things were coming forward from that. All those charges were actually dropped. But of course, he was doing The Flash a couple of years ago, and there was all this stuff about him breaking into people's houses, stealing things, threatening people's lives, and then also grooming this young woman. And so now this is being dropped. He's back in the light a little bit. He went to the Cannes Film Festival for one of his friends' big debuts and said that they're trying to come back. Ezra Miller wants to come back, and said that they were working on themselves. And at the end of the day, they didn't hold a lot of remorse back in that day about everything that was going on in their life, everything that happened. But they're really grateful for the lessons that came from falling into the abyss, as Ezra said. So will Ezra Miller come back? I feel like there's a lot of actors that haven't caused problems on set. You know me, guys. And I feel like they should have an opportunity before this person where he shot themselves in the foot. But I bet, knowing Hollywood, they'll probably be back. Don't really care for this, but I do love that Dave Batista's always coming back. Friend of the show, guys. Little Dave. Love Dave. And not to say there's not drama, too, on Roadhouse. There's a lot of drama on Roadhouse 1, but Dave Batista's up for Roadhouse 2 right now. That'd be a supporting character, but still a pretty substantial character. Jake Gyllenhaal's coming back. Of course, Doug Liman is not coming back, the director from the first one, because Doug wanted this to go to theaters and was fighting Amazon tooth and nail for this. They said they're going to do it. They weren't going to do it. It came out and streaming made 80 million views, so massive. Now, will the second one come to streaming? Probably right to stream. They haven't said anything about theatrical release or anything like that. But Jake Gyllenhaal, he's coming back. We have again Guy Ritchie coming and direct this. I love Guy Ritchie, so that's a great addition to this crew. And Batista, I think it'd be fantastic. I hope it does well, guys. But it feels like when you talk bad about the studio, you're not going to come back. So he's not coming back. Liman's not coming back. And it just seems like a lot of bickering for no reason. I heard it was great, Collins. I still haven't watched it. I need to watch it. I love Gyllenhaal. I think it's a great.
Brian.
Oh, GR didn't like it. Because you like Patrick Swayze. You were probably missing Swayze, weren't you, GR?
And the story wasn't the same. It was a trashed. They used the name. That's all they did.
Oh, that sucks. I hate when they do that. I really do. When you're going to stick by a source material, stick by the source material. Like, of course, Beldani did when he did his movie with Blake Lively. And this is not done, guys. This is not done. We've been trying to say it's not done, but now a judge has come forward, Judge Louis J. Linman, and has denied Blake Lively, because his court case is still set, by the way. It's still happening, but denied Blake Lively trying to keep all of her text messages with Taylor Swift from being evidence in the actual courtroom. And the judge came forward and said that all actually stands because there's a lot of situations that were going down at that time that maybe these text messages will have some kind of proof that could help the Beldani case. Now, what will happen? We'll have to wait and find out about this, but it's a big win for Justin Beldani. And honestly, at the end of the day, this Ends With Us lawsuit has had some sidetracks for Beldani and his team, but this is a big win for him. Now, she was subpoenaed before. She's not going to be there, Taylor Swift, but now he's able to go through all of her text messages from that time, and if there's anything that might actually be in his benefit, he can use. So we'll have to wait and find how this turns out. The case was not dismissed, Countess. A couple charges were dismissed. 2 out of 7 were, so there's still 4 more. cases that are actually still going. So this is not done. Beldani's team worked through it. They filed new stuff. This is still going to go down in March of 2026. So get ready, guys. This is far from being done. Just like the Brothers show. I know. Everybody's saying that like I am. I don't know. What do you do? We'll talk about that some more. I'm more excited to talk about Brothers because Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, all right, doing a show together about them being brothers but not being brothers, like putting that all on the line because there's still that rumor they might actually be brothers, which is crazy to me. But they've been shooting this series. Allegedly, yep. Shooting it in Apple TV Plus series over in Texas. And now they shut down production when they have 2 episodes left because they have fired their showrunner. And apparently at the time, they were having conflicting ideas about how the actual series ends. And because it's based off real life experiences, Woody and Matthew also had a lot to say about this. So they have fired the showrunner. The whole show has been stopped for production. It's taking a pause right now to rewrite the last 2 episodes. They have a new showrunner coming in, which is always going to be a big change. Always Lee Eisenberg, who did Jury Duty, and also Little America is coming in, rewriting those 2, working with the original people. I'm excited to see if that turns out well. I love it so much. I love these guys. I'll watch anything they do. I think it'll be fantastic regardless. And I think this drama will soon pass. Unlike Rachel Zegler's drama, it's still going to keep going. If you ask me, even though she's back in the limelight, she's doing a play, guys. She's doing a Vita now. And she's getting great reviews, though, so good on her. She's getting great reviews. People are loving it. They've sold over $200,000 worth on tickets. So in the first week, people are loving this. Of course, this is London's Palladium's theater. It's a big auditorium they have in London, and she's excited about it. But it tells me something. Her film career is kind of dead for now. I think she has to go regroup, get back to stage, find her way. And people will probably tell me to leave her alone, but she kind of shot herself in the foot. Yeah, it's a comedy, Kara. It's a comedy. But she kind of shot herself in the foot, if you ask me. But you know what? She might come back. So people will probably tell me to leave her alone, but maybe not as blunt as James Gunn will say, getting off Matt Reeves' nuts. Because that's what he's saying. He's like, everybody, get off Matt Reeves' nuts. The Batman 2 is coming. He's writing. He has his process. He's figuring it out. It could be great. Get off his nuts and let him write, guys. A lot of breaking news there, buddy. A lot of breaking news. Now it's still concerned about Matt Reeves' conversation. Very concerned, Valerie. Very concerned. And you know,
wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
Pep Star tells me that all the time to get off people's nuts. Right, Pep Star?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, yeah.
Not a place to be.
Not a place to be. I can't hear you, Thirsty Daddy.
Probably not for you, Brian. I don't think it's your cup of tea.
It's not my place to be. I'm going to let the nuts alone, and I'm going to talk about the news. That's what I can do. Yes, JR?
Yeah. I was just saying, why are you on their nuts? I don't want to know.
Nobody wants to know about that already. But leave Matt nuts. Leave Matt's nuts alone, guys. And if you
talking about pistachio nuts, I'm just kidding.
Then get in there and dive in, crack those shells, and have a great time. And then we're gonna have a great time, guys.
Ouch.
Because I've had enough of time talk. Now it's that time. Oh my gosh, everybody ever gets a great time to talk because now it's that time for those hot takes. Let's do it. Everybody, now it's that time for those hot takes. This is that time. Put 1 minute on the clock, and all my guests get 1 minute. Break down all their hot takes and latest breaking news. Can they make it before the bomb blows up? That's the question we always ask. Can they make it? Will it happen? Will they succeed? And if they don't, it's fine, guys. It's fine. But I'm excited again. Who's going to win hot takes tonight? Episode 248 comes down to you guys. You get to vote and tell us. But now let's go to the panel and find out who's going first on the hot takes. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Hot take time. All right, who's going first in the hot takes? Thirsty Daddy, what do you think, man? What do you think?
I think Val should start us tonight.
All right, Valerie, in that big chair.
In the giant chair.
I know, you're just so like laid back in that thing.
Look at her in that.
I'm like.
The Valerie Lounge, we've welcome.
Yes, I love it. All right, I'm locking in.
The Valerie Lounge. She's locking in the Valerie Lounge.
Valerie.
All right, Valerie. Let's get serious. Here we go.
Kill it, Val.
Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Okay, new film LA contract. Yeah, that sounds like Karen behavior. Box office numbers Womp womp. How to Train Your Dragon. I love How to Train Your Dragon, and I want to see this. I'm like, you could have given Miss Nepo Baby a wig, but you know what? That's fine. Get your bag, girl. Fat Joe sued for $20 million. Big fat pervert Joe can go to prison. I don't care. That's terrible. Ezra Miller Hollywood return. I forgot about Ezra Miller's legendary crash out, but they shit the bed a little bit. It's fine. Roadhouse 2. The only thing I know about that movie is when they mention it in Family Guy. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. Baldoni. Taylor Swift is somewhere writing a like bestie breakup album. I can just feel it in my bones. Brother. There will be no shirts and bongos and lots of pre-rolls. Rachel Zegler, find your way on the stage, Pookie, and get off Matt's nuts. This is a grown-ass man with a career. Like, how?
Hey, hot takes, Valerie!
Made it through!
Nice job, Bill.
Another hot take. There, I tell you, it's there.
What's up? Great hot takes, Valerie!
Thank you. Now I just think enjoy everybody else. It's a vibe.
Valerie, you had a good point about that. He is a grown-ass man, James Gunn, being like, get off his nuts. It's a weird thing to say as the head of like Warner Brothers and all that, but we live in this world, right?
I'm like, okay, king of unprofessional. You're a grown-ass man who has a lot of money and you're just out here saying whatever. Like, okay. That's fine, I guess.
It's kind of hilarious. I'm like, all right, James Gunn, get off his nuts. Get off his nuts. Great hot takes there, Val. Great hot takes.
Thank you.
All right. Who's going next in the hot takes? How are we feeling?
So many options.
Well, we've had one roast, so let's put the
thorn between the roses.
Brian, if you shut up, I'll answer you.
The thorn between the roses.
Well, that's what I was saying. We've had one rose. We'll put the thorn in the middle and save the other beauty for last.
That's what I think too, GR. I agree. I think we all agree. Let's make that happen. It's time for GR to get in there and do his hot takes, GR. Are you excited about this?
Oh, yeah.
He's over the moon. Moon's over my head.
Enthusiasm's out the window.
All right, GR.
If Denny's could coin that phrase and make a dime off that, my gosh, they would just be.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
It was so original,
Yeah.
All right, GR.
Moon's over the hammy. All right.
Moon's over my hammy. GR's hammy. All right, GR. Moon's over GR's hammy in 3.
Get hammy.
2, 1. Hammy it up. Hot takes.
Film contract signed, another political betrayal. Box office is disappointing across the board. It's going to be a shitty summer if we don't get a hit soon. How to Train Your Dragon. Come on, it's a great movie. Who gives a shit what color the girl's hair is? Get a grip. Fat Joe, just what we need in entertainment. Another pedophile. Dave can't do anything but improve Roadhouse because the first one sucked so bad. Baldoni, it's not over, and it's going to go on for forever, I think, that trial. Brothers, new showrunner, get it done, guys. It's two great actors. Rachel Zegler, perfect casting as a Nazi lover. Perfect for her. Mr. Blank, he's upset about being on somebody's nuts. Oh, well, he's blank. I forgot Ezra, he's back. I hope not.
Great hot takes, GR. Those are some spicy, salty hot takes right there. Oh, my God. Great hot takes.
Thank you. That was fun.
Woo! 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 That's all I can say. Hot takes, everybody. Yeah, it takes, GR.
Thanks. It was fun.
Oh, boy. Whew.
I had a lot to live up to following Val.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, you're so nice.
Yeah.
Shoes to fill, everyone.
How you feeling there, Angela? You feeling good about this?
I don't know. We're just going to do it.
I love that.
Never mind.
We're just freaking going for it. Let's see what happens, right?
You know me. I like to take my time sometimes.
The Pep
Make it
Star
happen,
believes in you.
30 minutes on the clock. What's
See?
that?
See, Pep Star believes in you, right, Pep Star?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Make it happen,
we're
Captain.
gonna see what we can do.
Awesome.
Oh, with that one article, when you guys were talking about the with box office stuff, was that related to the 28 years and all the other ones?
Yeah.
And How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah.
A lot with that. The numbers aren't doing that great for the box office. They're really not.
No.
And everyone says like we got Jurassic World coming, we got the Fantastic Four, Superman, all these big summer movies. We'll have to see how those do. I'm not sold. We'll see. Hopefully they do well. Yeah, it's cinema.
All right.
Cinema. All right. Let's make this happen, Angela.
Count me down.
Here we go. Without further ado, hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Okay, LA City Council renews FilmLA contract. LA's message to small production sounds like permit denied unless you're Marvel. Let's see. Box office showdown. It seems like if zombies, dragons, and aliens can't save the box office, and I mean nothing can. Let's see, the Nico situation with the Dragon remake. I guess if you're mad about casting a talented newcomer, maybe you just need to be trained. And yeah, so I don't know. Fat Joe sued. That whole thing's disgusting. I hope to God it's not true, Fat Joe. Jesus, please. But yeah, I mean, it's like we're going from lean back to lawyer up all the time. So yeah, it's just one thing after the next with these rappers. Ezra Miller, only in Hollywood can you disappear, like in Hawaii, and reappear in studio boardroom. Dave, I don't think that's going to work out. I miss Patrick Swayze, but we'll see what happens here. Justin Baldoni, thank God you won something, dude. See, I can't finish this. McConaughey, I'm going to keep going. McConaughey and Harrelson. McConaughey and Harrelson, I think that they finally, I mean, the two are just, I don't know. They're both kind of like oddballs, but I think that they just really work together well. So that'll be interesting. The Rachel Ziegler situation, I guess if you didn't like her in Snow White, brace yourself for the Broadway domination. James Gunn, I think you just need to learn to like have some friendly competition, dude, and just be fine with like other people's stuff. And just like Val said, you got to man up.
Great hot takes, Angela.
But seriously, right? Like,
yeah.
Somebody tell James Gunn that Bat fandom doesn't do chill.
Well, I think it's hilarious because
she's talking about Mr. Blank.
Yeah, GR's favorite right there. Well, I think it's funny because like everyone's like, "Is never gonna release that? Never gonna release it," and then he's just like, "Get off his nuts!" And it's like, "Oh my god."
Get off
you
his
went there.
nuts. Get off something. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, get off those nuts.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yep.
That's
great hot
that's
takes
it for you in a nutshell.
Yeah, they are going to be. The Flash will be recast.
That was very punny.
I love.
It was.
I love that. That Countess said, "Can't wait for the Flash 2." I'm like, yeah, we're not getting that Flash 2 ever. That's never going to happen. Ezra, kind of, what do you do? What do you do? It wasn't that horrible of a movie, but all the drama. That's when an actor can ruin a movie. That's what can happen.
True.
It can happen so fast. Pep Star hot takes.
Ask Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pep Star hot takes.
No hot takes for me, but I do have a question.
Yeah, Pep Star.
The Batista, is it BAU or is it BAT?
Now, the thing is, I guess you can do both. If you ask his original spelling for his name, it is BAU. But when he was a wrestler, it was just BAT. So he uses both, but he was kind of switched over to his original spelling.
Okay, next.
Yeah.
Two more.
Yeah.
Remake of Roadhouse they shouldn't have never done. Patrick Swayze did an incredible job. Should have left it the way it was and not mess with it.
Yeah, I
Last
agree,
but
man.
not least, if Fat Joe's accuser has proof, he's in trouble. You can't make those type of allegations and not have no proof.
Right? That's pretty big. Those are big allegations. Like massive. And the fact that he said he was going to leave his wife for one of them, that's a big allegation.
And those girls are very young.
Very young. Leave the kids alone.
Gross.
Gross. But guys, on a lighter note, I am starting that poll for hot takes. It's your time to vote. You tell us who you think should win. It's out to you guys right now. And while you guys are voting up, we'll find out who wins hot takes Hey, just a little bit. All right, but first we're going to do something else, guys, because now it's that time for a quickie. All right, guys, it's time for a quickie. This is that time, put 10 minutes on the clock, and all my guests get, well, some time. We're going to take some time to talk about all the latest breaking news. I'm going to go one-on-one. We're having a discussion about everything that's happened. There's so much going on, as always. I'm going to start that clock. We're going to talk about all this breaking news right about now. Let's go, guys. So right now, it's quickie time. It's a quick time. Yeah, I mean, not to get like super serious right away, but there's a lot of allegations, crazy stuff happening. Angela, this whole thing with like, let's go with Ezra Miller first. Ezra Miller coming back, like they had a lot of allegations against them. There was all of the whole thing about, breaking into people's houses, grooming somebody. They stepped away for a long time, 2 years. Is that enough to come back now? Do you think they're going to be fine to jump back on that saddle again?
Well, I mean, Hollywood always loves a redemption arc.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the public might not be ready, but Hollywood's not the public. So,
yeah.
I think that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's the right call by any means. I don't think so. Like, I mean, I've talked about this stuff before. I don't think that, we should be like giving these people that have done shitty things and terrible things and stuff. I don't really think that they need to get, there's other actors out here, right, that we've been talking about that are just as talented. They just, it just takes someone to put their eyeballs on them and get them in something, or at least like allow them to get through the gateway. There's other talented people. Just forget, move on, find a new. We'll be okay, right? That's kind of what I think. I just do. I don't really have a lot of like threshold for the bullshit with a lot of these actors. I don't. And people that are pulling bullshit, I think you're playing with fire. I think you're messing with, like, you have a career, you're taking it for granted, and you're not, I don't believe you should get these second chances necessarily if you're going to screw it up so badly and do really stupid stuff. Like, I don't. I think there's other people out there that can replace you. Everyone's replaceable.
Yeah, but they act like a lot of people act like, I just come back, step away for a while and come back. And it's like,
yeah, but it's like they act like there's nobody else. That's what I can't stand, though. They act like there's no one else to, like, I mean, do we know who, like, certain, like Armie Hammer, do we know who he was before? Not really, no. It took a role for him to kind of break out, and then like The Social Network for that guy, right? And then to kind of like build some stature and like working with the people, the right people or whatever.
And he had to jump in the game because his family was famous, though, too. He had to jump in the game.
Your family's famous. Maybe they're going to back a movie, be silent investors, right? So you get kind of that. Maybe they got maybe their family. I think I heard this actually, too, that maybe his family had invested in some films. So, I mean, that could have helped him, right? I mean, there's always a deal underneath something going on. So with a lot of these people that actually end up making it that have a family name. But yeah, I think... Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I say, see ya, Ezra. See ya.
That's what I think too. I feel like at this point, they can try to come back and try to fight, but there's a lot of people that are lining up. And I say I'm not going to get off Ezra nuts about this. I'm going to be like, no, this is done for you, but maybe we'll get off Matt Reeves nuts. I don't know. I just think that's hilarious to be talking about Matt Reeves nuts, but it's whatever it takes. James Gunn, whatever it takes to get people to calm down, I guess, right?
I mean, I guess, like...
We're talking about... People are talking about it.
They're not any nuts I care about, so...
Yeah, right? Good on that.
Yes, like, unless they're pistachio, like, I don't care. Like,
I'm more worried about this whole, like, Fat Joe thing. And I know GR will probably be fired up about this. I'm gonna go to GR fast. So Fat Joe, how many times do we hear these allegations from people these years? We should do a tally of how many allegations happened this year in Kruse Control, GR. These are pretty big allegations, as Pep Star said before. Do you think that he has some backup? This Dixon, think he has some backup for this? He has to have something, right?
Yeah, because otherwise, the lawsuits would drown him.
Better.
I mean, as Pepe said, you got to have some proof. And I mean, to come up with something this serious, there has to be something there.
Yeah. I would think so. You got to have something. It can't just be like he's like, like Fat Joe was saying, his own gripes, his own, retaliation for not being his hype man anymore. There's got to be something else. Yeah, Angela agrees too. I think that, it makes sense. It just shocked me. I'm like, oh shit, those are pretty big allegations. Like 16, 15-year-old girls. And then say you're gonna leave your wife over it. Fuck, And
it sounds like Bubba's going to have another roommate.
Oh boy, could.
I know.
Really could.
Well, Brian, here's the key one.
Yeah, Pep Star.
What if this guy is able to get in touch with these young ladies? Now you got it.
Yeah, it's true. If you got their contact information, you have the receipts that he was paying again for the phone bills for the one girl, and and paying like, what was it, like phone bills and lunch money or something like that. Like it's some insanity shit,
That's hide. You can hide that by just giving them cash, though.
You can. Yeah. But these people these days don't think about that. Probably Venmoing or something like that, and not even, people do that all the time. They don't think twice about it.
When did they say that he was
But
doing?
Brian, bottom line is it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Angela.
Oh, I said, how long ago was he doing this, or when did
Well, right now he's 54, so this is like 15 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Well, the one thing I do know that didn't happen was they didn't sign NDAs because they're not legal. They weren't even. They wouldn't even be legal because they were underage. So they wouldn't hold up. So that means they could come forward now, they can come forward at any time if you do something that's a federal crime, right, to somebody. So that doesn't really matter. But in case that he tried to, like, let's say some idiot tried to make them sign an NDA, it's invalid.
Because they're children, because they're underage. Yeah.
Kids. Yeah. You can't be like, you can't see it. Because, that doesn't, you have to be an adult to sign anything like that. So in case that ever happened, if anyone sees this, you have every right to full on pursue. Yeah. So just letting you know.
But as we say, it's like, you got to go to the court of law. We got to go through the system.
Yeah. You have to go through the system. But if it was somebody that like didn't know what to do, they can absolutely do that.
It's wild. I saw Valerie's face on this whole
thing. Brian,
too.
The amazing part is these stupid morons thinks even if you did it through Venmo or any of those stupid things, all of that shit is up there in the cloud somewhere, and your ass is screwed.
It's like the Bill Downey thing too, with the text messages and all that. It's like that's what they're asking for, all that, because they know there's stuff there. If there's stuff there, it's there. But AT&T, Verizon, whoever it is, they have that information. So. Yeah, you can't hide from that receipts. Valerie, woo! There's pretty heavy topics in the hot takes that are the breaking news tonight, huh? This Fat Joe. Did you ever listen to Fat Joe?
No.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like thinking about it too.
I know. I'm like, I've never gone out of my way to like look up Fat Joe on Spotify, but I know he was definitely featured on some songs that I have.
He featured a lot. Yeah.
Like Fat Joe is. Did you say he's 54?
54, yeah. So he was in his 30s. He was in his 30s when this went down.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that Fat Joe. I've never thought about how old Fat Joe was.
Right.
So that's
Fat
wild.
Joe's like Slim Joe.
Yeah, he's definitely middle-aged Joe.
Quick story.
Fat
Joe
Too many, Countess.
Oh, what was that, Pep Star?
Quick story. Fat Joe almost got beat up by Roy Jones Jr.
How did that go down, Pep Star?
He had a song called Lean Back.
Yeah.
And Roy Jones got knocked out in this particular fight. And he said in his lyrics, even Roy Jones was forced to lean back.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Pep Star, didn't you catch that in my hot takes? I said instead of lean back, it's from lean back to lawyer up.
Yes, indeed.
I love that.
On top of that, they ran into each other. And Roy Jones was talking trash about beating up Fat Joe, and then comes around the corner 30 of Fat Joe's homies.
Whoa.
And he said, I don't think you want to do this. And Roy left.
Oh, yeah. Walk away.
Well, Fat Joe or Slim Joe or middle-aged Joe, whatever you want to, whatever kind of Joe he is.
Don't be touching kids. Don't be touching kids.
Yeah, he's got a lot of his Bronx people. Yeah, he's got a lot of his New Yorkers or I want to say, I don't want to say New Yorkers, his borough buds,
crew. Just crew.
that back him up. So they got the crew. Yeah, the crew.
Valerie, before we're
they got
done the hot
crew
takes,
that will always,
I'm gonna give Valerie a second. We're almost done with quick
people
takes.
start talking when this stuff. When I'll tell you this, when
Let's
they
go
want
to Val.
What?
Let me talk to Valerie very fast. Quick takes is almost done. Valerie, very fast. So Fat Joe and Ezra Miller. How are you feeling about these two?
Well, I was looking at an article about Ezra Miller's like allegations because I couldn't remember everything from when it had all gone down, but that's a big laundry list.
Big laundry list.
Big laundry list. Legendary crash out.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah, the two of them are wild. I'm like, Fat Joe, go to jail. Ezra Miller's like, listen, I want them to get mental health help. I do. But saying, like, after you've done this, just like years and years and years of insane bullshit, just being like, I was so unwell and I'm finding myself now. It's kind of like when people, it's like people go into prison after committing like mass murder and they're like, I found the Lord, it's fine. And then they're like, getting out on good behavior or whatever.
That happens a lot too. And it's like I've seen the light. That happens, which people do. Some people do, but not. Some
I'll
people
show
use
them
it as
the
an
light.
excuse, too. People have an excuse too for that.
I found the way. But yeah, that's crazy. I forgot about everything that they did, and yeah, it's sad because I loved them in like Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh, great in that. I was shocked. It's been 2 years pretty much since The Flash, but I'm thinking back. I'm like, yeah, it's been a while. Time flies when you're talking the news. I tell you, it just
Not
flies.
long enough, Ryan.
Yeah, and then
Did you see The Flash?
I saw The Flash. I liked The Flash actually. I didn't think it was that bad. It was fun. It's not the best movie. Michael Keaton's still the best part of that movie. Him back as Batman was so good. I was like, get it, Keaton. Yeah. But Keaton was probably so pissed because he comes back and then that movie bombs. And then also he's supposed to do that other movie and then DC cancels it. And he's like, well, I guess I'm not Batman ever again. And that was supposed to be his big return. So it sucks. I just hope box office does better. I know it's been failing. We keep talking about that too. I just wanted to do well, and I want us to get back on track. And let's save the movies. We can't save with popcorn buckets, but I guess we're trying. Trying. Whatever. Did you see How to Train Your Dragon, Valerie?
No, not yet. I need to. And you know what? As much as I would have loved them to put a little Daenerys-esque wig on Miss Girl, I think it's fine. I'm so excited to see it. I love How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. I hear great things about it. It's doing the best at the box office. So
it looks really cute. I love dragons, so I think it looks adorable.
Yeah, and then you got like a lot of the voice cast coming back to play the live action version. I think that's always fun. I think that's great. Like, why not? Valerie's smiling.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the movies and just cry silently to myself and hope nobody notices.
Well, please keep us posted. Great quickie, everybody. Great quickie. Okay, we do a winner of Hot Takes. Oh, guys, you have voted and you have spoken. We do have a winner of Hot Takes. Without further ado, who will it be? Will it be G.R. Waters, the Thirsty Daddy? Or maybe Miss Valerie's the Targa? Or could it be Miss Angela Costello? You have voted. Without further ado,
could you speak up, please? I can't hear anything.
And without further ado, our winner of Hot Takes is.
Kidding.
Oops, he did it again. GR Waters, the Thirsty Daddy. Congratulations, GR.
Thank you. That one surprised me.
job, GR. Not
Yes.
surprised, but
Thank you very much.
Look at that nice, happy smile.
Yeah, he's excited. He's excited. How's that feel, GR?
Well, now that I have my teeth back, I can smile.
So I officially grant you the Hot Takes Trophy of the Year. We need to have a GR
thank you.
Waters.
Thank you very much.
We got to tally up who has the most hot takes wins during the year and have them battle head to head or something.
It's GR. Like we just it's GR. So
don't
GR
know, it
is
might be
not
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan gets a lot too, Pep Star. You're right.
Yeah, might be Jordan.
Jordan does? Oh, okay.
But GR has more opportunities to actually win as well because he's on the show more often too.
Okay,
So-
true. So you do that. Okay, so factor that in. But GR's good. He's got this little quick-witted,
Yeah.
short
GR's not
take.
messing around.
I'm more of a talker. I'm more of like a,
Yeah.
let's get
Look at that. Where's that, guys? Where's that notepad, GR? Where's that notepad, huh? There you go. Watch this. There's how the sausage is made, guys. Everybody out there, that's how
is
it's
that all the
made.
ingredients? I'm like,
Everybody.
I'm gonna have to shut him down
Dear,
on the
show me
Monday.
the-
Hey, if I don't write it down, and then you.
You gotta write it down. Gotta write it down.
good. Yeah.
Great hot takes.
Hey,
GR.
I want to thank Queen because she asked one of my comments about the one about Ziegler.
Yeah.
She asked the question that I'd forgotten about Evita and her husband. They were Nazi sympathizers.
Oh, really?
Brought him into the country after the war.
Oh.
And that's where that comment about her perfect casting as a Nazi lover.
Oh,
that's where it came from.
Insanity. But you know what? People are loving that performance right now. And maybe it'll turn her career on. I don't know. But like, I love all the history stuff. I love all the history stuff. That's why I'm super excited about American Love Story, but it's not without its drama. Can we talk about Ryan Murphy's new JFK Jr. show? So, guys, of course, Ryan Murphy, we talk about him all the time, but Ryan Murphy is doing his new American Love Story now. First season coming out, and it's, of course, about JFK Jr. And people have been saying excited about their shooting right now. We've seen all the cast. We talked about it on Kruse Control. Comes out in February of 2026. It's not that far away. Now, if you're wondering, do the Kennedys have their approval on this? Well, apparently not, because Jack Schlossenberg came forward. Now, he is also, like, talking about this family, about how, like, they didn't really approach the family at all about this. He's like, why did no one talk to us? Why didn't we have this conversation? Ryan Murphy's just going to do this. Never consulted, never had any kind of conversation. And there's really not much the family could do. That's what he said, because he said that the way that New York City works, where they're actually shooting this right now, is New York City doesn't protect the right of privacy for a person after their death. And it includes the ability to control your own name or your image or your likeness. Adding that, he said this too. It says it's a matter that he's considered a public figure. That's why there's not much they can do about this. So Ryan Murphy has all the rights to say whatever he wants with this show. And it doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, there's nothing that can stand up. The family can shut it down. But here's my thing. Like, Ryan Murphy always takes these big stories and kind of dives into them in his own way. He makes a little twist a little bit. He does tell his own narrative. Happened with, again, American Crime Story. He's done it with the Monica Lewinsky story. He did it, of course, Menendez brothers. He's been very much involved, and he kind of has his own twists and turns. But I would think, like, JFK Jr. is such a big political kind of thing. You would think he would have had some kind of say or talking to the family, something. I would have thought. But then again, Ryan Murphy does what he wants to do. So it doesn't shock me, but I kind of wish he would have talked to him, because this is really a big story. It's a big tragedy. A lot of people probably even know at this age what happened to him. There's probably a lot of people that have forgotten or just too young to know. And I think that Ryan Murphy always shines a light on these situations and kind of rewrites the narrative. So I kind of wish he had more family involvement. I wish it would have been nice. But, we love some of his stuff, but it's over dramatized. That's what TV is sometimes. Valerie, I know you love Ryan Murphy. So I know when I mentioned this before, you were super excited. Does this actually cause you any kind of like, what? Or are you actually super excited and want to see Ryan Murphy's take on JFK Jr.?
I am so excited. I'm so excited, but I'm also like, Ryan Murphy, please, like, please just don't ruin this for me, because I have such a like, this has been one of my niche celebrity obsessions. I have a very deep love for Carolyn Bessette, and she is on every single one of my Pinterest boards since the dawn of time. I love that woman, was so gorgeous. I don't know how to feel about who they cast as her, because like she just has such a specific look. I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's hard to like replicate that on an actress, I feel. She just had a very unique vibe about her. I don't know. I love Carolyn Bessette, but I'm very excited. I just hope Ryan Murphy can do this justice. Please do this justice. I love the story of them.
And they're
So
saying a
exciting.
love story, so maybe this won't be in line with like what he's normally done with some of his other things. So maybe this could be more of a romantic kind of story. Think that's even possible in Ryan Murphy's repertoire?
No, but maybe.
Someone's gonna be some kind of blood and gore, right?
Yeah, it'll be something. I know that they did have like a relatively tumultuous relationship, and I do think it's insane that they can just talk about this and not approach any of the family members. That's like when, oh god, Seth Rogen or whoever did the Pam and Tommy show and
Yeah.
didn't even remotely approach Pam Anderson about it, and I will not watch it because of that. So I don't know, maybe I shouldn't watch this, because Jack Schlossberg, that's my husband. I love
Yeah.
him. If he's looking for a wife, please Jack, please come get me. I'm here.
Come on. Well, I think we'll see how this turns out, Val. I'm interested to see how it plays out too. I like a lot of stuff he does, so hopefully it works out. GR, do you see any kind of drama happening here? Think people might give him some backlash for not actually talking to the Kennedys? And then Schlossberg is actually JFK's nephew, so that's the JFK OG. Or grandson, not nephew, grandson. JFK Jr.'s grandson. Or nephew, grandson to JFK.
What?
Oh, we can't hear you, GR. Can't hear you, GR.
Oh, you're muted.
GR, where you at,
Turn
man?
it on! Turn it on!
Can't hear you, GR. Can't hear you.
I really wish Jack was
Now you
there.
can.
Fine, you're
Whoa.
muted.
There he is. There he is.
And in answer to your question, this could have some very adverse effects. The Kennedys, I don't care what, I'm not a big Democratic person, as you well know, Brian, but they are, if they're royalty in this country, the Kennedys are it politically. And he could shoot himself in the ass with this. If he puts anything that's derogatory to JFK Jr., they'll eat his lunch.
But they can't really. I mean, the thing is, like even like the grandson of JFK was saying that, like, we really can't say anything because of New York laws. So do you think that they'd have any kind of ramifications?
They got enough money. They don't give a shit what you can do. They just say he's toast.
I mean,
and guess what? He'd be toast.
Yeah, they're kind of political royalty in a lot of ways too, the Kennedys. And it's interesting though, because I think this is a big step for Ryan Murphy going into like this love story genre. It's a lot different than what he's normally done. So maybe he'll do it delicately and nice. You never know.
If he does, they probably won't bitch too much about it. But if he doesn't, he's shooting himself in the foot.
Well, no one's perfect.
And
it's true. No one is perfect, Pep Star.
Well, some of us are, but we don't talk about it much.
Angela, do you think that's kind of the route? You think that they could really he could be in hot trouble if he does something wrong? Or do you think that people are just going to love this and there'll be no drama at all when this comes out? Like Valerie's kind of excited about it too. But do you think that you leave it GR or Valerie on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the Kennedy family. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to get, if it's portrayed where, I mean, even if he puts his own take on it, it's going to, I mean, if it, like GR is saying, I do think if it it's like people are already so in tune with that family, right? I mean, political, like royalty, right? So it's pretty much if you start saying stuff that doesn't seem accurate, and when you're, even if it's a show, right, people still are like, yeah, that's not really how it is. And I mean, like, even Caroline Bissett's like stylist was like on, I think it was like page 6 or whatever. She was talking about how Ryan Murphy got like her look wrong with Sarah for like the first look or something. First looks at like the, the FX series, and just like how I guess the way that she was styled, everything, it just wasn't really an accurate portrayal of what she looked like necessarily. So he's already, I mean, again, it's not like a biopic, but I mean, we know that he'll have his own take on it. But again, people don't always realize that when it's a series, there's going to be a different, take on things. And I do think, I do think it can backfire a little bit.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what he wants. Maybe it does bring good publicity. I mean, if you're wanting to have people talk about something,
he loves the drama.
It'll definitely start that fire. What?
Yeah, I think he loves the drama too. Like the Menendez brothers. He got so much news for that too. He blew everything up. Even the Dahmer one too really blew things with Evan Peters, which I love that.
Well, he just knows where he's targeted, and he's figured out where he needs to go with to make his stories, his treatments, all this stuff. He knows what to hit. He knows what topics are going to fly, what's going to be you know what I mean? He's got it down. He's got it down to a science. It's just a man. So I think he knows. He's I think this is somewhat relatively calculated with this guy.
Do you think this will be as big as what he's done before, though? This is the first time doing an American Love Story. Think those will be as big?
I mean, look at what he did with the Menendez brothers. I mean, that was pretty wild. Like that. Look up. We talked about that for how long? I mean,
I know.
Look at what the aftermath was. Like there was, there's clearly he likes to hit these specific types of stories. So I mean, very huge ones, obviously. Like these are big in our culture or whatever. So yeah, I think that this is a really sad story too. I mean, that's a sad story as well, but I'm just saying, like, the way that these two died is, in a plane crash. And I don't know how he's going to like portray the romance. I mean, they weren't really, back when in the 90s, when we were growing up and stuff, it wasn't like, I mean, I was obviously young and stuff, but at the time it's just, no one talked exclusive. Oh, hey, Robert Kennedy and Carolyn Bessette all the time. You didn't really like, it wasn't massively talked about because I was so young. It wasn't like a big topic of conversation between us. It was sort of like, oh, you'd see a picture in a magazine with them, like walking to some sort of extravagant, fashion show or a luncheon or something. I mean, here and there, it wasn't, they weren't like Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt or something, the way people were talking about them. Right. So it was just more of like it's Robert Kennedy's son and his beautiful wife. Right. Like, okay. I mean, some socialites and political figures. It wasn't like major stars that you were seeing. So I think it had a little bit of a different like effect.
Yeah. And like, I know people are saying in the chat, they don't, some people haven't heard of them before, but of course, they were like this big celebrities, but they weren't. I mean, it was a weird kind of telltale thing. There's also controversy. There's also a lot of controversy. We can always do well for Ryan Murphy. Some people think that he's still alive. Some people think he's still alive, like JFK Jr. still walking around out there. They thought he was like the QAnon guy.
Tell me where he is if you see him.
Yeah, I know, right? People were saying he was going to come back.
For the biggest news outlet and like entertainment outlet in the world.
There were people
Let me know. If we don't have it, then I'm pretty sure it's not anywhere.
There were people in Texas.
Well, Elvis is still alive too,
I know, but there were people in Texas that were like waiting for him to appear or something like that. I'm like, he's not going to appear. This man died in a plane crash. I just don't understand that. But and I love what Angela, go ahead.
Oh, I was like, is he the guy that just walked away from that really tragic flight in was it London or something that crashed? And one guy walked away out of two. Is that what they're trying to think JFK Jr. did here? Like, or Robert? Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah, it's crazy to me.
I think a lot of the people, Ryan, I think a lot of the people in the chat are confused. Guys, this isn't the president we're talking about. This is his son.
That's
Yeah.
my point. This is
Yeah.
exactly what
Yeah.
people don't
Yeah.
really know that's where it's going to be confusing. Maybe it's kind of like almost geared for a specific, this is going to be really specific for people who like know who these people are. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of,
Which is why I don't know how well it'll do. I can't imagine it'd be a big hit, but I want to see it. It's fascinating. Maybe it'll blow that up though more too.
I think it'll do well because
I can already feel it in my bones. Every single picture of Carolyn Bessette is going to be just, I can't gatekeep her style anymore from the other Gen Zers. I know I can't. She's going to be out there.
she was kind of like that.
They'll be dressing as them for Halloween, probably. People be doing Halloween costumes, maybe, and then like they'll maybe bring it to a new generation. Pep Star, I saw Pep Star. You said it might be exciting. You think they might do well?
I think it might do well because of who he is, the family, and the tragedy that happened. Flying that plane and getting I can't remember the word. Is it dysphagia when you flying up and you kind of lose yourself? Plus, he had maybe a glass or two of wine while he was flying the plane, and he kind of got twisted around, and whatever happened. But I think it will do well because people want to know what happened, and it's an interesting story.
Yeah, I think they might try to play on some of the drama too, Pep Star, and some of the controversy. There's a lot of controversy here too. And then people, like I said, people think that he's still alive. There's still people that think he's still alive, which is insanity to me. But you know what? Each their own. We live in a world where you guys want to believe what you want to believe. But
that family is just tagged with just like it just seems like they're cursed. I mean, seriously, like the dad, like his father. I mean, how many horrible things can happen to like a fan? You know what I mean? It just like constantly, it was like one after the next. You're just like, my gosh, like, do these people get a break?
Well,
I mean,
JFK, his older brother died in a horrific accident in World War II. His brother's assassinated also.
Yeah.
And then his son dies in a tragic plane crash.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should leave the bloody people alone. Because I don't think, I'll bet 90% of the country has no idea who the hell he is.
I doubt that. I disagree with that at all.
Obviously from the chat, you can already tell.
Oh, maybe that 90% was too high.
Way too high. What are you kidding me?
Reasonable percentage of young people that aren't going to know who these people really were. I mean,
I think like Gen Z. Valerie, do you ever hear people that know who they are still?
I think that my For You page has a lot of like stuff about Carolyn specifically. There's always been pictures of them as a couple floating around on Tumblr and on, like little, just on Pinterest. There's always stuff like that. That's how I got to know about the story initially, was like, I would see pictures of them as a couple and like, oh, JFK Jr., Carolyn Bessette, and I started watching like YouTube documentaries about it. And I know that there's definitely any girl who was interested in Carolyn probably knows about the story and what happened to them. Because it's very romanticized through those photos, stuff like that, like they were such a beautiful like socialite couple, like Angela was saying. So I think a lot more people my age may know about it just from those like just timeless images of them.
You surprised me when you told me, when you even said her name, that you like, I was like, really? I'm like, it shocked me that you even knew who she was. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that you know what I mean? Just based on how young you are, I didn't realize that you knew who she was. So that kind of took me back a little bit. So I guess maybe if you do, then definitely, probably there is there's definitely, population out there.
And he's a great looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very handsome.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, R.I.P. to them both, though. I think they are a fantastic story, and I hope it works out. I hope it works out where Ryan Murphy does him justice, right? I hope he does.
I really think he's gonna play up all of the really tumultuous parts of their relationship, because I've watched so many documentaries about them as a couple at this point, because they're like one of my weird niche interests. But like there was so much going on with them in terms of just fighting, and they had really opposite like type A personalities. And I think, and there was like a lot of like alleged like drug use and whatnot. And I think there's a lot, he's going to really play into that. Like, it's going to be a lot darker, even though it's like marketed as like American Love Story. I think it's going to be still very Ryan Murphy, dark, scary, you know. I really do.
Well, that's why I feel like he can't not get away from that. I feel like he's going to have to kind of like lean on that. That's been his genre. So I think he's going to try to find a way to do that. Dude, I would be shocked, Val, if this is like just like a lovely love story about them falling and then like tragedy. I'd be shocked. But maybe he'll do something different. Maybe he will. And maybe everybody will be excited to see.
Really rocky relationship. Like they had a super rocky relationship. Like there was a lot there, but a lot of people don't know that, you know? So I think he's really it's gonna be what everybody thinks, you know, oh, a beautiful couple, but like he's gonna talk about, you know, the getting separate apartments and like, you know, almost breaking up multiple times and not talking for, you know, fighting in Central Park. He's gonna talk about all that stuff, I think.
Every great family has gone through those type of things. I think it's important that he does touch on that.
Yeah, I agree.
They're very romanticized, so it'll be very real and raw, I think.
I hope it's great. We'll find out in February of 2026, but we'll see if the family has any kind of backfire like GR is saying too. Only time will tell, guys. But I do know one person that's getting a lot of fire right now. A lot of fans are upset, and of course, that's Sabrina Carpenter. Can we talk about her story? What she's got it coming out now? Everybody, this is fascinating. And our featured story of the night. So Sabrina Carpenter, guys, her new album's coming out, Man's Best Friend, and she's on her knees, you know, she's being pulled by a guy off camera, and everyone's kind of going online, going crazy about this, saying, why is Sabrina Carpenter canceled? Why is she releasing this? People are saying she's setting women back by years by doing this, to releasing this, and that she's setting a bad precedent for women. Other people are saying that she's kind of like, you know, just having a big joke about Hollywood, about the business, about her, about how she's kind of like abused by the system in a lot of ways. But everyone's kind of going nuts. Sabrina Carpenter, big artist, countess, but she has been blowing up the charts, and you know, everyone's like wondering if this is gonna get her canceled. She apparently doesn't care at all. She's kind of laughed this off. Her big album is dropping here August 29th, 2025. She's also up for Dazzler, people are saying, in the MCU, which was up for before that Taylor Swift. So I think they're just trying to throw pop stars into that role, into the rumor mill. And for my MCU people out there, I just don't believe that's happening. But the big thing is really this album cover. And here it is. I'm going to show you guys right now. And, you know, she got this little thing. She's like getting pulled by the guy's hair, and she's like down on her hands and knees, and they're saying she's making women look bad. And so to me personally, everyone's going to be an artist and have their own perspective to kind of be shock value and create some drama and some PR and some press. But I can see why people might be upset about it. I can see why they might be upset about it too. It's like, yes, she's kind of just, you know, she kind of puts this, she's very sexual too. I know that on all of her shows. I saw a video where she was like, you know, talking about sexual acts with people in the crowd and stuff like that. So I think it's just a way of her getting press. I think that's what this is. Angela, do you think this is going to destroy her career? Or this is good PR?
No. It won't destroy her career. I mean, I think it might annoy fans. If you're banning phone, I don't know. I mean,
she's banning phones too. That's the whole thing too. She's banning phones because she went to a concert where she said it was so much fun to not have her phone because it was banned. She wants to ban phones from all of her concerts.
I mean, I guess she has. I don't know. Does she get to decide that? I guess I don't know. I mean, maybe just her manager might say no, or you know, I don't know. Somebody might advise, like maybe say don't. I don't know. I mean, maybe she can. I don't think it'll ruin her career. People might be annoyed because, you know, but at the same time, it might be nice for once to like go back to the time and the era when nobody had a phone at a concert. You could just actually like enjoy it without like 80 million people in front of you, like doing that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like videotaping it. It's like, just keep it up in here, you know?
And that's what she was saying too. She was saying like, you know, it was amazing when I was able to be able to just watch it, take it in, experience it in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, get we all want to have. I memean, I think we almost have too many photos. We have too many captured moments of certain things. I mean, maybe if you've never been to one before and you really just want to get a picture, it's the quality isn't always that great anyways at concerts in terms of getting, like, you have to really zoom in because you're so far away. So is it going to really be a huge, like, are you going to, is it going to make or break your experience? Probably not. Like, I mean, I think you'd probably, maybe a photo with your friends or something if it's like a, just to memorialize the occasion, but I don't think it's not going to hurt anybody. I was around, I grew up at the time of no cell phones and it was amazing. I'm here today. I survived. I've lived. I am here. I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 23. So I would just say, like, you will be able to withstand a concert, I suppose, if she decides to do such a thing. But I know it's difficult. I know the people out there who've been like literally raised on a phone this might be a death sentence to you, but I promise you'd be fine. Maybe try something new. Do a detox.
Yeah.
She should call it like a detox tour, a cell phone detox tour. I don't know. Right? Just giving her spitballing some ideas here. But yeah.
Pepstar, are you sleeping right now?
No. I love her music. I really do. Feather, espresso, nonsense, love them all.
But Pepstar, are you taking any offense that she's calling herself man's best friend?
No. She couldn't possibly be. Anything's possible, right?
Yeah, but she's Peppy's best friend?
Of course. I sit and listen to the music all the time.
I've heard it a few times. Espresso, too. You like that song, don't you?
Love it.
I think it's fascinating, though, too, Valerie, about this whole thing about, the cell phones, of course, is a big deal, but also like the backlash from fans, too, saying, you shouldn't be down on all fours being like your man's best friend. Do you see any kind of backlash in your circle about that at all?
Yes. It's just like when it rains, it pours, because this is the album cover was like released at the same time as the like Sydney Sweeney soap bar thing. Do you know about that?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay.
She's been in a lot of drama too, hasn't she?
Yeah, it's just like, it's that whole thing. It's the Sydney Sweeney soap bar. It's the Bonnie Blue petting zoo. And then Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend album cover. But honestly, I think that anybody who's reading too far into it for like visually what it is. I mean, the number one single is called Man Child. Like the whole music video is about her just being like, you're literally a man child. So I think it's, yes, visually it does look like, oh my God, like you're setting women back. But I think if you actually know her as an artist and listen to her music and know that she's definitely in control of her image, and I really don't think this is going to set her back. Like, if you've even listened to Man Child once, you know that, like, it's fine. Like, she's in
she's in control here.
She's in control. She's not releasing a bar of soap with a hole in it. So
Nope. No, she is not.
Oh my gosh.
There could be a lot worse things happening. I just think I honestly think people just want to get fired up about stuff. We always talk about people getting fired up about stuff. And this is another one of those things. You're going to have trolls getting mad about things, freaking out. And she does seem like she's got her acting together when it comes to her image, what she's going for. And she loves to push the barriers too. She went from like Disney stuff here, so she gets it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she knows her image, and she's got like a very like fun, flirty image, and like very like she's like you had mentioned, she's very like sexual in her acts. Like she has a lot of like sexual innuendos and whatnot, but she's very in control of the narrative, and I think anybody who's really angry about this doesn't get her. Like they don't get her and what she's all about.
And that's
like,
the thing.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go. Keep going. It's good.
I was going to say, do you know what HBIC stands for?
HBIC. I do not. GR. GR is the acronym guy here.
Head bitch in charge.
Exactly.
Oh.
And that's Miss Sabrina Carpenter.
Damn,
Even
GR
though,
got that.
Nice. Well, GR is the king of acronyms, so.
Yes.
Well, no, Angela, to be honest, I was in the military, and we got 8 gazillion of them.
You'd be good at that kind of trivia game. All right, we're going to have GR on our team. We're going to have it all figured out.
Yes.
I just think it's funny to hear GR say that out loud.
I know.
GR,
That was really amazing.
GR, is she the head bitch in charge in your book, GR, and will she be fine?
She'll be fine. It was funny, before you told me about this earlier today, Brian.
Yeah.
They were talking about this on the radio last night.
Oh, really?
And they were making it sound a lot worse. They were talking about, sounds like she's got a leash, would you have on your dog? And the way kinky people do it. But this is nothing. I saw that picture. That's a woman on her knees. Why? Okay, she's man's best friend. Okay. And what's
that's Valerie was saying.
That's just a piece of garbage.
I think it's just
HBIC.
I feel like it's shock value just to get people to buy the album too, I mean, get people talking. And then you listen to the lyrics.
That's all it is, Brian.
Yeah, that's all it feels like too. And so when I see it blowing up, I'm like, are you kidding me? Just let it be. How about we don't care? Angry? How about we don't care? That's what Countess says.
Hey, Brian, how about we put this an acronym on it?
What's that?
Delegaf.
Yeah, Dilligab. That's what GR is saying. I think she's going to be fine. I just think it's interesting that people are like Googling online that she's going to be canceled because of this, which, some people might be sensitive about this.
No,
but at the end of the
she's
day,
not
like,
going to be canceled. She's a moneymaker. No.
Just think it's insane that people are like, oh, she's setting women back with this, with this image. I'm like, did you not hear the first single? It's literally called Man Child. All these men do is disappoint me. I'm like, she's not coming from that perspective. She's coming from the head bitch in charge perspective.
That's it. And
coming best friend.
Man's best friend. And coming from our man's best friend and the head motherfucker in charge, Pep Star. What were you saying, man? Yeah, Pep Star. Yeah. Nope.
Say it louder.
Yeah. Pep Star. 100%. Look at how many people before. You think that Madonna never got that stuff before Pep Star by anything she released? Like a virgin? Yeah. A lot. No. I mean, I feel like System of a Down has done a lot of crazy stuff too with, again, like BYOB. When that came out too, they were talking about a lot of controversial stuff with their artwork. A lot of bands use that kind of things, and it just like sells albums. That's what it does. It sells albums.
Yeah. To sell an album, though. I think she has something. I think she's talking about something that she feels maybe strikes her a different way, an interesting way.
Yeah.
She's a hell of a singer. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I agree. Pep Star, he likes, usually he likes Taylor Swift. He likes Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
Shaka Khan. We get like Pep Star's favorite hits happening, guys. We got the Pep Star mix one day.
That would be nice.
The girl.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, right? I love it. Let's make it happen.
Matter of fact, I have something I'm going to give Brian for Valerie and for Angela. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is, because if I tell you, you might start going crazy about it. So I'm just going to keep it a secret. I'm going to give it to Brian. Brian's going to mail it to you, and then tell the Pep Star if you like it or not.
Okay. All right. There we go. Pep Star's going to make that happen.
Okay. The housewarming gift for Val.
Oh.
And a little, okay, fuck it. Music for Angela.
Okay.
Hey, there we go.
That
worked. This guy, he gets the studio headphones on. He gets in there. He starts mixing with his paws. You guys, it's actually we should record that someday. It's fun.
That's something else.
But I think Sabrina Carpenter.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Pep Star mix is coming.
I'm so excited.
I know. Send it tomorrow.
Ryan,
Yes.
I need addresses.
All right, we'll get address for you, Pep Star. Not in the air, Pep Star, but I'll get you the addresses. And guys, I gotta say, I think Sabrina will be okay. Until next
good.
time,
I was worried.
thank you for being here on Kruse Control. Appreciate you guys as always. GR was super worried. He might be kind of being like that, but he was super. He told me all about that. So thank you guys for being here. Happy Monday. Well, this will be a crazy week as always. Happy to have the Thirsty Daddy back. Hope you had a good time, GR.
I had a great time, Brian. It was fun tonight.
Appreciate you, GR, as always. Fun night. Happy Monday.
My pleasure, buddy.
Of course, appreciate the Pep Star being here. Pepe, get those mixes in the mail, man. Good to
What's
see you,
fun?
man.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna be fabulous.
Heck yeah, Pep Star. Congratulations, Pep Star.
Appreciate you, man.
And also, of course, happy to have returning Miss Angela Costello. Thanks, Angela, for being here.
What's up?
Fun. Good times. Good chats for huge.
Hope you had a good time, Angela. Happy Monday.
My tune was playing. I had to do a little shimmy.
The dance. Little
Shimmy.
move.
Shimmy,
We gotta
shimmy,
shimmy
go,
it
go,
out.
Bob.
We're shimmying it out for the end of the show.
We're shimmying the way away.
Shimmying it out.
Happy Monday. Also, happy Monday to Miss Valerie. Hey, thanks, Valerie.
Thank you for having me. It was a very fun talk. Lots of really fun topics tonight. Oh my gosh, between Sabrina and Carolyn Bessette and all the scary creeps from earlier, this was a great recovery. I love it.
What a crazy day for the news, as always. Mondays always bring the weirdest stuff sometimes, too. So, I'm always happy to have you here, all here. Thank you for being here, as always. Everybody, thank you in the chat here again for joining us back. Countess, Kira, Queen, appreciate you being here. As always, happy Monday. Pep Star, happy to have you here. Angela, Valerie, GR, thank you as always. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. But guys, we'll be back on Hump Day again. We have some new people coming in on Wednesday. Get ready for that too. I can't wait. One of the camera operators from one of our cinematographers from Nobody Wants This will be joining us on Wednesday, guys. So get ready for that too. Excited to have him on Kruse Control for the very first time. And also, I'm running for SAG president. Just putting it out there. If you know any SAG people, call us on a petition. We got to fix the system. There's a lot we got to do to help people. Vote, 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 guys. Thank you for being here as always. Have a great night. Gotta spread that love, spread that word. Tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great, 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 great grandmas and grandparents who voted for me for SAG president. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it as always. Have a great night. See you back on a Wednesday. But until then, take care. Enjoy your week. See ya!
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.